Hey everybody. This has been a trip trying to make these videos. And in some ways, you know, inside myself, I hardly feel like I'm making any headway. Uh, there's been technological stuff that I've had to work through that, because, I'm using my phone. Um, and then, anyway, everything's all that's fixed right now because I got YouTube Live. And I tried to just go, record to YouTube and Facebook. Facebook, you can't download nothing else. And YouTube, the volume would just be so low, I couldn't hear myself. And now with being able to go live, I'm able just better volume. Anyway, and then there's like subconscious blocks coming up, uh, stuff from past lives that are just, you know, um, a repetition, or maybe this is the repetition. And back then, there were some drastic things happened because I opened my mouth about similar information, I guess, what you can look at. I just don't want to go there right now into the details because it's too distracting. It's a past life memory. Um, but what's happening? It's really. Here's the thing I really want to say, and I want to kind of fill in the gaps, but where I live is like maybe 250 people here, and they're an old Spanish community from the 1700s. They're heavily Catholic, and that's where the mindset is, the old school Catholicism, for most people here. And I've shopped around a bit to see, if anybody's awake, even a little bit. But they're good people, and even though doesn't seem to be anybody too much, they're really excellent people to be with. They're perfect for me, um, on a secular level. But okay, so I start making this headway, and I've got a recording. It's not as best as I want it to be, but um, I posted it. It's on Facebook and YouTube. And when I made that one of the younger guys that hangs out with the neighbor kid comes around over here every once in a while. The neighbor, um, he's probably been over here 3 times in the past year since I met him. And now each day that I'm making one of these videos and it's working and I'm getting some information out at least anyway, he shows up. Last time I had just finished, and we didn't talk about anything spiritual. And I really didn't think too much about it. He just happened to show up with the neighbor, and that was that. He visited, and I just finished that recording. Anyway, today I'm just getting ready to start. Just sitting down here, just about ready to put my finger right on the button, and then knock on the door. And it's less than a week since I've seen him last time. Now, I haven't seen him in three. I've seen him 3 times in a year, and now I've seen him twice in less than a week. Both days when I'm reading, getting ready to send this out. And today was definitely, we had a big spiritual talk, and he's waking up. He's starseed, and this world has done a number on his brain. But it's a trip. It's a trip. So anyway, that's got me feeling pretty good. I mean, that shows me something's going on. I'm getting something done here. It's mostly for myself that I'm trying to do this. Um, I know I'm supposed to get the information out there for others. I mean, that's just how it works. Whatever your message is, and at the same time, right now, I'm using this whole process to kind of rebuild a new identity. You know, um, pretty much everything I've done. All the external identities that I had when I came here, they're gone. Um, and then we worked on core stuff inside all through the winter last winter. I mean, me, when I say we. Um, and I pretty much came away with, a whole core overhaul. And I've just, finished my second Saturn return. 60 years old. And it's a new phase of life, old age coming up. And I'm beginning to build a new identity for who I will be now. And I've taken the very best of myself. All the things that I cherish the most about myself, the achievements, the level of being and living and just who I am inside now. And I just ground it right up into material to make the new foundation. It's underfoot now. And I'm ready to start building, put the building blocks up, the foundation. In 1979, in psilocybin mushrooms, I had a huge awakening and ascension experience. I mean, I just went straight to Godhead. And we'll get into details about that as I go along. It's hard, if I get too far into something, I just go there when I start opening up like this with this. It's been part of the problem trying to record it. There were subconscious blocks that were like operating like hypnotic suggestions where I literally couldn't move my mouth. But I'd try to laugh or anything, I couldn't do it. My mouth was like, nope, you're not moving. Anyway, I'm trying to, not lose my thought right here. This problem of going live, you don't got a chance to hit pause, I don't think. I don't see no pause button. I am I'm still thinking about Josh. That's the kid's name. A little bit, it kind of blew me away. But anyway, I had this huge experience, 1970, and there was just no way for me to do anything with it at that point in my life. I tried to repeat it, recreate it. I have lived by it. You can't forget anything like that, even if you can't really do much with it. You're like your number one experience. It is. It's my number one experience in life. It's like, my God. But I really couldn't do nothing with it until lately. And now I'm working with it. And I'm realizing it's going to be like the cornerstone for who I'm becoming. And part of making it real is sharing the story kind of publicly as possible. I don't know how many people would be interested right here in my neighborhood, except Josh. He definitely was. But, with Maru and our astrology group on Facebook and the people that make up the tribe there, if it wasn't for those guys, kind of give me a soft place to open up about this, I wouldn't do it. I still would hold it inside. And I've been doing that a long time. But I know how to make it real, bring it down. And when I watched the Astrology Hub Summit the other day, and Rik Lepine was speaking about rising up in the ascension is only half the experience. You've got to bring it back down. And I seen it right away. That's exactly what I'd never been able to do, is bring it back down. And that's what needed to be done. And grounding it, and somehow, I knew what he meant then or now. I know what that is. I know that process. But I never thought of doing it with this because it's so huge. But that's what it is. That's the task at hand. And it's real interesting to see how over the last maybe a year, the last few months, several months, how the support around me in my life, just my everyday life, has grown and kind of molded around me to support me to do this. Even if people are totally unaware of it, they're doing other things that are giving me more time to do this. I mean, I'm almost at a point where I can just completely let go of the reins of my life and say, I can just do this. Everything else is taken care of. I got that much support going on. And online, there's all this, moral support and understanding when, that might not exist right here in my everyday life. So in a lot of different ways, there's all these different levels of support. And it's a major factor that I'm able to do this. Anyway, the story is much more fun. It's talking about all this. And this is just probably my own little bit of loneliness. And sometimes I don't realize how deep that may run. And that's okay too. We'll figure it out as I go. In that other, the last video, I run out of time on the phone. I only get about 30 minutes and then it just quits recording. And I'm having trouble remembering exactly where that sucker left off now. Maybe just talk. Talking with Josh did open up more. I mean, I was sitting down getting ready to record, and I knew I'd have to work into opening up. Then Josh shows up, and we start talking about almost these exact kind of things. And we kind of got into the amount of differences that people, like we get caught up in the idea wherever it is that we experience a spiritual awakening, we really identify whatever the process was that seemed to bring it on as the source of that spiritual awakening. And we get in our minds that this is the only source, because what we're experiencing there's only one. And when it appears as source. And so whatever it appears through appears as the only source also that you can get to it through. But it's not true. There's a billion ways for it to come through. For as many existences as there are, there's a way. It all works. It's just a matter of what you believe. And what me and Josh were talking about, even if you're taught you don't have to believe, it's going to work anyway. It's still a belief, and it works. And for a lot of people, that's what works maybe better than trying to believe. When we try to put our belief in something, it's easy to have doubt at times, or maybe just a little bit nagging all the time. Trying to believe, but you don't know. And if you're taught you don't need to believe, it's going to happen anyway. That burner's on all the time already. And you just have to show up. It's going to work. It's always working. And you don't have to believe. If you believe that, it changes the game big time. Things start happening. And the natives are kind of like that about the sweat lodge. You don't have to believe. Go in, it's going to work. And it does. That's a good example. I've seen that a lot. What else? Still trying to remember where the heck I left off in that last video. I'm gonna hate this. I'm probably gonna have to start over. I gotta look at it. I can't remember. Shit. Okay, well, the sooner I do it, the better this video will be, because this is okay as is. We may just change the title. All right, done.